What's up, electrical world and off-grid backup for home power systems? Here in California, we know we lose our electricity a lot. Whenever the winds come up in the fall, those Santa Ana winds, they tend to turn it off. There's been some big fires lately, so that's always a danger. So one option for that is to install battery backup. I've chosen to go with portable battery backup in my home. Check this out. We're going to install today a EcoFlow Smart Transfer Switch Smart Panel that pairs with their EcoFlow 6,000 watt battery, and that will power my home. It will be automated via my phone. I'm going to bring you along for the install today. I'm a licensed electrician, so I'd recommend if you get this done, get it done by a professional. This particular setup is a little bit complex, but follow along. I'd like to show you what's involved in it. Here's the EcoFlow Smart Panel. This is where the batteries will plug in. I've got one battery. We'll show you that a little later. This section can actually be mounted separately from the main panel, circuit board panel here. The circuit board panel is outdoor rated, so that can be outdoor. This is not. So if you're going to install this outdoors, this has to be installed in a remote location to plug the battery in and hold it. Here's our panel. It's going to have 12 spaces. I've removed one of the little covers just out of curiosity. We can see the electronics inside. So each circuit, which is represented by each tongue on this bus bar, can be turned on and off via an app separately, and we can load shed power during a power outage or just monitor power, whatever we want to do. I'm going to power this with an 80 amp subfeed from my main panel, which I'll show you where that is in a minute. This panel can handle up to 100 amps. This panel also has a generator spot, so we can also hook a gas generator in for supplemental power when the batteries go down. And the way that works is via what we call an interlock. So this goes on here. A generator circuit breaker would go in here. So this little slider does not allow the main breaker to be on at the same time the generator breaker is on, because we never want to be powering from two sources. In other words, we never want to power from the grid or the generator at the same time. So as you can see with the cover, here are my 12 spaces. We're going to fill those all the way up, but for now we're just going to go through the install here. So in installing this panel, what I've chose to do is I've made two knockouts on the top. I'm going to be installing via a gutter, or that's kind of a slang term for a wire trough. I've made two corresponding holes, and we'll have some short pass-throughs there for both the feed and the circuits I'm going to be powered from my main panel. I've made a couple of other holes that will go into the main panel, and we'll divert some of those circuits from my panel into the EcoFlow Smart Panel 2. So far here I have my two pass-throughs for my subfeed and the majority of my circuits. I'm not going to take all these circuits through, although most of those are going to go through. So we're going to set up that gutter right now. I'm on the exact opposite side of my garage wall where we're going to mount this. Let me show you. So here's the opposite side of that wall. This is in my garage. The panel comes with a nice template, so that's generally about the area where I'm going to mount it. It's not exact. And then I've made two holes, and we're going to put a couple short conduit bodies through there in order to get those circuits through. I'll update you here in a bit. We've got the trough mounted up here. I've got all the cables passed through from the main panel. Note that it is allowed to pass through circuits from a main panel as long as the panel's labeled where they terminate, where they can be shut off at. So I'll put a label on the panel on the other side. Next, we'll go ahead and mount the EcoFlow Smart Panel 2 and start passing those circuits through to there. Here it is all hooked up. All my circuits that are going in the panel are spliced here, all connected within the EcoFlow panel. Everything's powered down. It does have a safety switch so that when the dead front cover's off, I think it cuts everything off. Note that I've used 2-pole breakers when we have the multi-wire branch circuits, which are all identified, and they're required to go under a 2-pole breaker. Here I have 2 separate circuits that are going into here. So this will be my lighting and general use circuit side, and these are kind of specialty use circuits, furnace and some things like that. So we're just about ready to power up. It's gonna look pretty clean. I had to take this outlet out to reroute some conduit there. We'll fix that up when we're done. But for now, getting back to it. Here it is, the final installation. Get everything tied back up, got the battery connected. I gotta go through a lot of the settings yet, but it's really a nice looking panel. And we have to label the panel yet. I labeled it all via the app, so I know what the circuits are via the app, but we'll have to put physical labels on the panel. Here, I don't yet have the generator hookup. We'll do that at a later date. Probably pipe it down here and then exit the house so we can hook the generator up outside. Here's the battery, the panel. I think it turned out pretty nice. Real clean on the wall here. Worked out.